From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. There are no hidden fees or price hikes, and all websites are optimized for mobile, and it's so simple. You start with a design template and use drag and drop tools to make the website all your own. It couldn't be easier, and you're going to get something that looks great. So head to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code READ to save 10% off of your first purchase. Now let's move on.
Hey, y'all, you might be surprised to know that great insurance is available for a surprisingly great rate. And you know what else is surprisingly great? You know, randomly seeing people that you haven't seen since this damn pandemic started, or reconnecting with close friends that, you know, have drifted apart. These are all wonderful things. And with State Farm, you could get surprisingly great rates on your car insurance without even having to have some kind of special connection on the inside. You ain't got to have a hookup, nothing like that. You get all these awesome, great rates just for being you. It feels like you're getting that special treatment that we all deserve these days. And State Farm is not just another insurance company. They have the coverage that meets your needs for a price that fits your wallet. Insurance is something we all need, so go check them out, girl. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. All right, let's start the show.
Well, welcome back to this particular show that maybe you've listened to before. Maybe you're listening to it for the first time, but welcome.
Perhaps. Yes. Thank you for coming.
I am Lil Nas X's seamstress.
And I am Julio Jones, and this is the Read, bitch.
It is.
Lil Nas X on SNL. I didn't watch it, but I saw the clips and I just died. Like, I feel like such a proud gay auntie. Oh, okay. All right. Let me not jump ahead of myself. But I was just so proud, you know, my little gay babies.
Isn't that what it feels
gay.
like?
It is. Like, look at the little gays growing up. Oh my God.
You like want to pat them on their head.
Right. Oh, I remember when I was your age.
I really am. I'm like, I really enjoy that he exists and is doing what he's doing, and I'm fascinated to see the effect that it will have on young Black gay kids, because I certainly did not have, you know, a Black chocolate gay man openly having niggas grind on him and live. Okay, we'll get there.
Yay.
So this week in our Black excellence, I would like to dedicate this time to one Led Bradshaw and his son Jake. So they're going super viral and getting super famous because they created a comic book series together called Jake Jet Pulse. Now, Led's son Jake was diagnosed with autism when he was 3 years old. And so his dad enrolled him in art therapy classes and stuff like that. And then through his schooling, he was able to use his talent as an actual professional comic book artist to inspire Jake to learn and be a superhero badass superstar. So he said Jake was in the 2nd grade, and there was a parent-teacher conference about his ability to remember like sight words and spelling. I was like, well, could I have a list of the sight words the kids are learning? This is what his dad said. And so he made flashcards with a superhero inspired by Jake on the back of the flashcard that would list the sight word on the card. So that was kind of his way of like mixing educational activities with a superhero that's based on his kid, that looks like his kid. And from there, Jake was like, yes, first of all, learning, awesome, loving it. Also, this comic book thing, loving it. Love the fact that I'm the star of it. Let's create more. And so they
naturally
they would sit side by side. He says that he gives Jake a final say on the illustrations of the characters. And yeah, they've been able to publish these this comic story about Jake Jet Pulse. And not only is it popular at home, it's popular at school too. He had to make extra copies for the other students because they were standing. Jake is a star. He's a superstar, and the girls can only take or seethe.
I love that. That's beautiful parenting. The fact that his dad was like, okay, so this is what's going on. And also I must still find a way to connect to my son and make sure he is learning and also feeling valued and respected. Like, some of y'all really be having daddies. Like, wow, I am very impressed. So shout out to this young man and his father. That is, I just love that. Can you buy it, or can like regular people buy it?
Luckily, I was happy to see that at the end of this article, there is in fact a link over at Amazon for the new adventures of Jake Jetpulse. And I got a little taste of what else is going on in there, because they've got different kinds. Like, this one is a reading and math skills activity book. There's a beginner's reading book. There's one called Trolls versus Goblins. And apparently Jake Jetpulse, the superhero, has friends named Julia, who I love her. Julia is styled like someone I can't put my finger on, a character in something I like, but I can't put my finger on it. And then there's also a character called Mars the Troll. And apparently this young boy also came up with their backstories and lore. So, like, I'm going to put a link in the description if you would like to support. I think there's 5 different paperbacks you can get, and hopefully there will be more to come. So, you guys know I'm a huge nerd, and I love sweet stories like that, so it melds all the things that I enjoy.
Amen. That is beautiful.
Also, I wanted to take time to say rest in peace to Paul Mooney. Shattered. I was shattered when I heard about this. Paul Mooney is one of my favorite comics ever, literally one of the best to ever be a part of the sport. I feel like anyone who's ever told a joke has been inspired by Paul Mooney. I love how I've always enjoyed his delivery and tone and his blackety black ass blackness and the truth within. Paul Mooney's always been one of my fucking favorites. Candace and I, one of my best friends, would always talk about and stand over Paul Mooney. So I was gutted when I heard about this. Huge loss. And if anything, hopefully that was a time for people to revisit some of their favorite Paul Mooney moments, or to learn something about Paul Mooney, because there's more to comedy than Wild 'N Out. No shade.
I mean, yes, but who didn't know about? I mean, I guess there's always somebody. The young kids act like they don't know nothing.
That's what I'm speaking to.
About nothing.
The ones that thought that Missy Elliott was a Nicki Minaj stan. Those kids. The ones that I had to. You don't remember the time that I had to sit on here and educate these goddamn babies?
Yes, but yes, of course I do. But like, I think I just forgot the details of that. Like, why would Missy be? Never mind. It don't matter. It don't matter. Nope. It was done. And so, yep. On. And that, I'm pretty sure I was taking finals or something. So I think I missed that news altogether. But yeah.
Okay.
Sad loss, especially for the comics of the world.
This week in our pop culture segment, Hot Tops, a cock to remember.
Because they're not all.
Not all of them.
Not all of them.
Get lucky.
But every now and then, yep.
You know,
everybody's looking for that something.
Yeah.
Just to make it all complete.
So what do we got this week? Hocus Pocus 2 is a go. It's expected to land on Disney Plus sometime next year, I believe.
I know, that's right.
Bette Midler hops on to the girls. Why do I call everything? I have to grow up. Bette Midler, I believe, rushed over to the tweets and let us know that it is due out sometime next year on the streamings.
Okay. Sometime next year. Like, all right, girl, we know when next year.
Right, October, duh.
But excited nonetheless, especially at my big grown age. Like, as somebody who watched Hocus Pocus as an adult, I am actually, it is one of the few children's movies that I watch as an adult and still can like enjoy. So I am very excited to see what they do with this sequel.
I am not. feel much like this, as I do the other unnecessary sequels and reboots, especially after reading that the new film will apparently follow 3 young women that accidentally revive the Sanderson sisters, who then go on a hunt to eat children and wreak havoc on the world. You know, when I read that, I said, it sounds so familiar to me.
Yeah, it should. That's the plot of the first one.
It's the same goddamn movie.
But it will be, what will be different will be the 3 girls as opposed to the 1 boy and then his sister who got caught up.
And the fact that it's 2022 instead of 1993.
So the adventures they go on will be different.
I don't need that. The whole point, the comedy in the first film was look at these zany witches trying to like deal with the fact that technology and civilization has progressed drastically since they were last walking the earth. So now, rather than being like, look, a bus, oh my gosh, a remote control, domesticated animals, now it's like, I guess Mary is going to be doing TikTok dances. Sarah will probably be playing with filters and then accidentally become an Instagram model because she's obsessed with boys. And then Winnie will, I don't know, walk in on a TED Talk or eat Elon Musk's soul. She'll probably eat Elon Musk's soul. Either it's just going to be like, oh my goodness, what is a cell phone and Twitter? What's that? Like, that's what I
want to see, though. I want to see these old bitches adjust, like wake up in a world that has the internet. I know, but this is different. Because the internet changed everything. I
hope that at the very least, they have an approach to this child eating thing that is vastly different than the first one. Like, I hope that at least when they're revived, it's like all right, how did we fuck up the last time? Right. Okay, let's do something. Like, I just hope the approach or something is just just jazz it up. I understand that, you know, nostalgia is the value here. So the point is to be like, remember that? I get that. But I don't need it, seeing as how I have watched this movie 382 times, except the 1 year that Bette Midler said some racist shit like right before Halloween, and I was like, well, madam, I shan't watch Hocus Pocus this particular year. I watch it all the time.
Yeah, you've not faltered.
So I don't need have fun, guys. What I will say, I love these women in these roles. I'm a huge Bette Midler fan anyway. Love her as Winifred Sanderson. I
not enough words in English for
Kathy
Najimy. Not even enough words in the English language, man.
I love her.
Niggas
Sarah Jessica
so much.
How can you? I mean, Sister Act. We could stop. Like,
right. You could literally just stop right there. That's enough.
But. And then, you know, Sarah Jessica, honestly, I think this was my favorite Sarah Jessica Parker role. I never was like a big
she was perfect
Sex
for
and the
it.
City fan. Yeah.
I mean, part of my issue with Sex and the City was it came on HBO and I wasn't paying for that. But also these white women and their white women problems, I could not really relate to. I mean, they were also like deeply heterosexual problems. So I was just like, y'all can have this. Like, my life is literally nothing like this. But, you know, the impact of Sex and the City, I'll give her that. Like, Carrie Bradshaw is an iconic character.
Absolutely. Can't take that
when I saw her in but when I saw her in Hocus Pocus, I was like, this is where this bitch shines.
I love
this is amazing. She was so good in that. Yeah,
it was yes, absolutely. Also, Sex and the City existed in a New York City from an alternate universe where things are affordable.
It ain't nothing like New York right now.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Or then.
I mean, right, I was gonna say, because even then it was like, how is this bitch affording this apartment? Maybe
Prohibition or like during.
But that would literally be like if Sex and the City came out for the first time in 2021, Carrie Bradshaw would live in a studio apartment in Washington Heights. She would. Bed-Stuy. Maybe Harlem if her daddy had some money.
Without question. Without question.
She would be in the Bronx calling it Sobro so that she could feel better about herself.
Disgusting.
Please. So, I mean, yes. So there is that, but I did also really like her in Hocus Pocus. So I'm glad that all three of them are coming back, because really it's the three of them that will make the movie.
They will.
I can already see them doing some kind of twist with these three girls, like they're biracial or something. It's gonna be,
they're descendants. They're descendants of. Oh God, we cracked it! Spoiler alert!
Not oh God, we cracked it.
They're descendants of these sisters. They're gonna be the new witches. Flat the fuck out. 3 young women. They're going to be the new. Okay. Have a great time, guys. I've watched the movie. I already watched it.
Oh, not us figuring it out. I'm still going to watch. No, I'm still going to have a watch party and you're still coming over.
Oh, yeah. I'm still going to watch it. Are you kidding?
Yeah,
I love the first one way too much. And even if this one is fun, I do think that they know how much these characters mean to fans, and they're big fans of them as well. I do think that they will probably make it fun, and I will still just like the original better, but hopefully this one will be fun too.
I can see something like the Wizard Council when they wake up, like the wizard, whoever is in charge of
witchdom,
evil witches, right? They send them some
I think that's Satan.
Updated. I mean,
that's another thing. I hope that they don't buckle onto, because the Hocus Pocus was a kid's movie, but it was dark in a couple. But they openly talked about hell, Satan, death. Corpse.
They saw that devil costume and was like, "Oh my God, Father,
Your Majesty,
we worship you."
Literally, it was hilarious.
And of course, it's Halloween, so niggas is going with it,
right?
But I can see them sending them some kind of updated version of the spell book or whatever, to where it has an internet connection and it can download new witch recipes or whatever. I'm just saying, I can fully
tase me until I piss. I hate it.
I can see them being like, "Here's your fucking potion book, and it's on Kindle."
Oh God! Oh God! If the book is an iPad.
Not even that the book is an iPad, but the book is somehow connected to the internet now. And the book has powers as well.
The young women have scanned the book and have turned it into an e-zine. Oh God.
Oh yeah, you can find a PDF online.
Sarah's going to read the spell off of Tumblr.
Oh God. And she goes, if they check Tumblr for spells, they're going to have a long, long way to sift. Because that is where the witches live.
And that is where they thrive, honey. Indeed. No shade, all respect.
We figured out the movie for you guys, so
I'm still watching. As I said, I'm still going to watch
definitely am having a watch party for this. Can't wait for it, actually.
The Billboard Music Awards took place this past weekend.
Oh, that's nice for you, baby.
I was not present for it. But I did catch clips of some of the goings on. Most notably, Drake was there, heart still etched into his Caesar. And he was accepting Billboard's Artist of the Decade award. But that wasn't the story. The story is that he was accompanied by his son, 3 years old now?
Oh, yes. Adonis.
Yes. 3-year-old Adonis was there with him to accept the award. And when I tell you, first of all, the kid is cute. He's just so cute. He had his little cornrows on, his little plaid shirt and jeans.
His daddy did that on purpose.
Of course he did. Lest you forget.
Please don't. You really don't have to do this. We see your way, baby. It's fine. You do not have to cornrow his hair. We get it. We get it. You don't have to dress him like an extra on Friday. We get it.
His pawpaw is right here in the background. So I just want y'all to like, it's a black thing. And keep in mind, in my mind, like when Adonis walked up on the stage, first of all, he, like everyone, of course, is immediately hollering because A, it's Drake, and B, it's Drake's adorable son that we don't get to see very often. That's like, I feel like their first big event together. And so Adonis is holding his dad's hand, and with his free hand, he's covering one ear.
Yeah.
And using his shoulder to cover the other.
I said right then, the look on his face and the way all of that, the way he did exactly that, I said, this baby do not want to be on this stage. And this is going to turn into a Northwest situation very, very quick. Do you remember how she used to give Kim and Kanye hell?
It's the first thing I thought of.
For like her first 5 years of life, every time they took her outside, she was like, how fucking dare you?
It's the first thing I thought of. Because I love when celebrity kids like are visibly over celebrity events. Because the funny thing is, a lot of their parents are also over these same events. But because of a lot of the, you know, entertainment industry politics, they kind of have to be present for a lot of them. But their baby doesn't. Or at the very least, they don't have to act like they want to be there. Exactly. So I love when kids are like, when the fuck do we get to leave this ghetto book? You remember what Beyonce had blew out there passing out them plates?
Yes, in the restaurant?
No,
that
outside.
Time she fell the fuck out?
No, when Beyonce was outside with
and
Blue.
She was trying to fly out
when
of her
they were
arms.
Serving those plates out. Where were they? Were they in Texas?
In Houston. Yes, when they were serving the food. Yeah. Oh, God.
And Blue Ivy had her fingers over her nose.
Like, I'm sorry, it smells like regular
it could have been smoke
in here.
It could have been anything.
It could have been, right. I have a feeling it was Black and Miles or something else that she's not familiar with.
No one in the photograph made it clear.
Nope.
Except her, because she was a kid, is a kid, and permitted to do so.
I was thinking of when she was even younger and would just like naturally have these little toddler fits, because of course she does, because that is what babies do. Like,
yes, baby.
It made me, that time Kim took North to some fashion show and Beyonce was on one side of her and Anna Wintour was on the other. And North was like, I will leave or I will shut this bitch down. It's up to you, Kimberly. And Kimberly chose to sat. And North was like, bitch, I will show my ass.
I don't want to fucking be here. And I'm not gonna say it twice. So what do you
So when Drake picked Adonis up and put him towards the mic, it was that exact same, and like, nigga, he's crying. No, he don't want to get on the mic. He'll have something to say to these motherfuckers. He's terrified of them.
As soon as he came out on this stage, in my head, all I heard was, Lord, I'm not gonna offer some blood clot unruly. Tapping eyes. So as we come up with the steps, man didn't know something. I go on bad. Crosses.
Oh, Jesus.
Like, immediately I heard like a middle-aged Jamaican man. And that's why Adonis is one of my favorites.
Yeah, he wasn't here for that bullshit at all.
Just so adorable.
Drake put him down. He immediately like clung to his daddy's leg. I'm like, if you don't pick that baby back up, he is horrified. He
doesn't do this. He be at home.
He don't. Like, right. He be in the French countryside with his mama watching Caillou and eating cheese. He do not do this shit.
He was like, look, no.
That poor baby.
We don't need to do this no more.
I know you came up off of a bunch of juicy juices that night. I know y'all came up off the fruit snacks. Y'all unlike
and the fruit chews.
Y'all did all that. Y'all had to pay what the fuck you owed after you put that little baby through that bullshit. Already said the decade. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even a decade old. If you don't get me off this goddamn stage, just take me the fuck home, nigga. I want a warm bath with
A
the lavender oil in the water.
Means nothing to me. I am 3. Like, I'm not even halfway through my first one. Where are the roadblocks, nigga?
Period. Take me off this fucking stage. Oh, bless that baby's heart. I hope he's all right.
Oh, also, I got my Drake candles. Remember when we talked about
months ago, yes.
How he has a candle that's supposed to like smell like him or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, I think it does.
So what?
Like, I don't know what Drake smells like, but
Right.
I've always, like, there are a couple of celebrities who are doing this whole, like, oh, this fragrance smells like me. You know, like Erykah Badu has the pussy incense. I think Gwyneth Paltrow has the pussy thing.
Has
like
a pussy incense, yeah.
You know, so I'm always
candle.
just like, okay, how do you make something smell like a person? Like, that doesn't, it must smell like their favorite fragrance or some of the scents around their home or something. Like, it can't smell like it smells like a person. Like, it smells like a clean human being. Like, I now honestly kind of feel like the chemists at Better World Fragrance or whoever makes these candles, like, went to Drake's home, asked him to shower, and when he got out, they smelled him, took notes, and went to the lab. It smells like like something after they just washed their hair. It's really weird.
I wouldn't be surprised though if that was the case. And actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like they had him shower fully, washed his hair and everything, and then had him like jog around for 10 minutes or something, and then
so the oils.
Yeah, you know, so I don't know science.
Yeah.
Things, the things can secrete themselves.
Periodic
and
table.
Pheromones. Yes, that's right. H2O and BTS, all that shit. And so then, you know, they collected their samples or whatever, and they went back in the lab and they made like Drake pheromone scent and then added in whatever other sandalwood or whatever the fuck that nigga like. Cotton Wine, which used to be his Twitter name. That's how old I am.
Oh, wow.
Remember when Drake used to call it? Okay, never mind. Dating myself. But I wouldn't be surprised if they did do something like that, like if that was entirely possible. So
well,
I might get it.
Yeah, I thought it was very subtle. It's nice. I got 4 of them. But
what was you thinking?
I love candles. Like, I really love candles. So I'm a huge candle person anyway. I'm sure there are lots on the market that smell similar to this. But I was taken aback.
Yeah.
Like,
somebody about to send you a link and be like, Bath and Body Works do the same candle for $12.50.
And they're on sale today.
Yeah.
If you hurry,
buy 3, get
it
9.
is $2.99. I know.
Good for Drake, I guess.
But those don't come from Drake with a little marker in the box so you can write your name on it and pretend like he gave it to you.
Oh,
if you saw like
wow.
the packages when celebrities were getting their Drake candles, like on the candle in like gold permanent marker, it would say like Williamsburg sleepover, like the scent of the candle for Kehlani or Tracee Ellis Ross or whatever. And I thought that was like custom for his celebrity friend. No, the candles say the scent for, and then they have a gold permanent marker in the box. So you can write your name on it or whoever you're gifting it to or draw a dick on it or whatever, I guess.
That is very smart because a lot of y'all are going to front like you got a candle from Drake.
Yeah.
And let people and just let it be a mystery as to whether you really did. That was genius, actually. Go ahead then, Aubrey.
Apparently, he also just invested in some plant-based chicken company. Huh. Plenty things to buy from Aubrey, I guess.
I mean, of course, when niggas get that rich, they start putting their money everywhere because they're like, I ain't never going back.
Never.
I'm never going back. Nope. So, all right, that's right. Secure Adonis's bag and don't bring him out on stage until he lets you know he is ready.
Until he decides.
Because he was not ready on that evening.
Because that young man couldn't like express that he wanted to be
he hated
anywhere else more than he was. Still cute. Lil Nas X performed on Saturday Night Live their finale, season 46. Jesus.
God damn. 46, nigga?
Taylor's old as time. Song is old as mine.
I mean, I guess, when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, a lot of really huge comedians worked on SNL like before I was even born. So
Chris
yes,
Farley,
I get it.
Eddie Murphy.
But like, God damn, it's just crazy to think that institution is that old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, again, I did not watch it, but I did watch the clips of Lil Nas X.
So yeah, he performed both Montero, aka Call Me By Your Name, and his latest single, Sun Goes Down. And it was during the salacious, I just like that word. It was during the salacious performance of Call Me By Your Name that he does a little, or I guess was supposed to do a little dance number on the pole towards the end, but dipped it low and was unable to bring it up slow because his flame and emblazoned leather biker pants ripped right at the crotch.
Oh, of course they did.
And so he had to then focus on covering up his good and plenties so that y'all didn't fine him.
That's right. The FCC wasn't on his ass.
Because I know they were waiting. I know they had their legs up on the table. Like,
had the button on and ready to go.
We are taking this nigga out. Like,
cut it off. Just cutting the line altogether. I know they was ready.
So, you know, of course, he got on TikTok and made fun of himself the next day, rewatching the moment as it happened and looking embarrassed. He said, I know I do a lot of planned shit, but ripping my pants on live television is not one of them. At first, I was afraid to even perform. Then we rehearsed for 2 weeks. Then all of the dancers got removed because one of them had COVID and new ones had to learn the routine in 24 hours.
Oh my God, nigga. Whichever nigga caught COVID, I know was sick.
I know
he was sick, like, nigga, of all the times to stay home.
But I mean, I guess you lost your job and everyone else's. That sucks.
God damn, dog.
And then I ended up ripping my pants and couldn't finish. Everything happens for a reason, though. LOL. It was like fine. Like, it was like, I guess because like being a hip hop, rap pop nigga and holding your crotch is not like off-putting.
Right. I mean, and it is 2021 and people are, you know, this is not even Justin and Janet Jackson's Super Bowl level of like controversy.
Yeah, no one saw Wayne.
Right. Society has evolved.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to believe, but when you think about it, like, yeah, it has. So
it was nothing but like his face. Like his face.
Yeah,
he told it all. He
truly shocked. Like, oh,
like, wow. God damn, this really just happened. Okay, Jesus, here we are. Like,
I mean, and them pants was snug.
I mean, yeah, they were. You know, I feel like that somebody getting fired. When I watched it,
a classic.
When I saw that face, I immediately was like, well, not everybody went to Beyonce's School of Hard Knocks because you would have never knew that wench ripped her goddamn thing. Like, not everyone is built like the doll because mama has fallen down a flight of stairs.
Listen.
And had a whole concert to finish.
Not a goddamn thing.
She got up and threw that yaki in motion like nothing fucking happened.
Period. Incorporated her anger into the performance and then kept it the fuck pushing. But you know, it's fine. Everybody do not have to be Beyonce. Everybody can't be Beyonce. So that is also fine. And he made certain that he didn't have like a real issue, like dick on live television. So
what I'm saying is, as like a relatively new artist, that makes perfect sense for you to be young and have a wardrobe malfunction on SNL and be like, oh shit. What I'm saying is study Little Nas. You know what I'm saying?
Look at the queen. Yeah.
Get to that stage because
go back to your North
That lady will have 75 dancers behind her and fuck up an 8 count, and you will ask them why they messed up. Out of 75 of y'all heifers, how the fuck all of y'all bitches fuck up the dance at the same time?
The inverse is impossible. There's no way
that she just doesn't read like, I fucked up. Didn't her wig get caught in a fan once and she was like, can y'all come get this? Even when
that's the thing, like Beyonce isn't like, she's not like literally perfect to where she never makes mistakes. It's just that she always, it's like for somebody who is so on point, like almost all the time, you would expect her to be like completely flustered when she does have a fuck up, but she isn't. She just gets right the fuck back up. Like when she fell at the Super Bowl. That bitch bounced right the fuck back up to the point where like if you had blinked in that moment, you would not have known.
I don't even know if she actually fell rather than she like defied gravity by accident.
See, this is why I love the Hive.
Like, who knows? We're not sure. What I'm saying is that like
I love us for real.
If
I really
anything,
do love us.
That lady and many superstars like her are examples of it's not how you fall, it's how you get your ass up. Okay? Because it's not reading as, damn, I made a mistake. And I know he'll get there because, as I said, I really am a fan of this kid existing. I really hope that he is like bringing some sense of like, I don't know. I hope he's like inspiring self-acceptance for, you know, young Black queer oh my God, he is 22 years old. He's a kid. Like, he
is a baby. Why, he's younger than Adam. Jesus God.
Yeah, your youngest brother.
Sometimes I feel like Adam is like the youngest person in the world. And then it's like, no, girl, there's people who were born after 2000. And they're almost grown, if not grown.
Right.
So, which is very, like, that's just a very crazy thought. Like, I swear, one day you're 29 and then 3 years later you're 37. I'm just telling 50. You, it's something about them late 20s, early 30s that for me anyway, it's like, I know a lot happened. Like, I went through a lot, but that time just fucking... like, it just shot by.
Did you see that Black Lady sketch show? That sketch where
oh, I'm behind. I only saw the first 2 episodes, so I'm behind.
Okay, there's an Annie sketch. Where,
okay, like, don't tell me.
I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a pretty good Annie sketch that I enjoyed quite a bit. They're doing good work over there. Congrats! I just read today that they got a season 3 too.
Oh yes, I saw that. Yeah, congrats, Robin.
They're so fucking funny.
I'm so like, Black girls are doing so many. Have you seen the trailer for Quinta's new show on ABC, Abbott Elementary?
No.
Nigga. First of all, tell me why old boy from Everybody Hates Chris is in it.
Oh yeah. Tyler James Williams.
Tyler, I was gonna say, why am I thinking James? Tyler, yes. So, and then a few other faces. Lord forgive me, I smoked weed before.
Shelley Ralph.
But yeah. What? I didn't even see her in the trailer.
I just Googled it.
Anyway, I saw like ABC released like a 20-second trailer like last week and I died. It was so fucking hilarious. And I just love Black girls doing all they Black things.
Wikipedia says a group of dedicated, passionate teachers and a slightly tone deaf principal are brought together in a Philadelphia public school.
Correct.
Where despite the odds stacked against them, they are determined to help their students succeed. Sign me up. Sign me up.
It's a bunch of teachers, most of whom seem to be Black, in a school that seems to be almost completely Black. And of course, therefore underfunded. And so these teachers trying to make $1 out of 1.5 cents.
I am here for this.
Right. So anyway,
I hadn't even heard about this.
All the girls, I'm just so, I just love seeing Black women flourish and doing their fucking thing. It's like,
did you see your girl
directly into my veins?
Did you see your girl drag Andrea
Which, oh my God, fucking Z-Way. Yes, I did. That's another show. I didn't watch the whole show, but they keep fucking releasing clips of her asking this man basic ass questions and him embarrassing
What a
himself.
fucking lame.
Like, you absolutely do not need to be mayor of this goddamn city.
Sure the fuck. You couldn't even,
absolutely
like,
do not.
Are you kidding me? Not even New York State of Mind? Like, not even immediately that one didn't. Like his literal most famous song that's based on the fucking city that you're trying to be mayor of?
And like, you volunteered Jay-Z. You said you listened to a lot of Jay-Z. If you listen to a lot of Jay-Z, even if you haven't listened in a long time, you can remember your favorite fucking Jay-Z song, or you can think of a Jay-Z song. Like, and these are questions that aren't even important. These are questions that don't matter. And yet you are fucking even these questions up. How? Because you have no business being mayor. Please, fuck out of here, nigga. No.
What a loser. Okay.
Anyway.
Bow Wow and Soulja Boy are the next versus battle to take place. No official date yet, but Soulja Boy shared the news with Twitter a few days ago, saying it's official. Apparently, the streets were talking about a Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo versus originally. Apparently, that fell through.
Okay, that don't make no sense.
Actually, I thought that made a lot of sense just because Bow Wow and Romeo were compared to each other a lot because their albums came out, their debut albums came out around the same time. They were both like teen heartthrobs, and they were both like 10, 11, 12 when they started rapping versus Soulja, who was like 16 or 17 when he started rapping. His song came out like 7, 8 years later.
Right.
Like I think that Bow Wow and Soulja Boy's like sort of effect on their corner of rap makes sense. Thus, it makes sense to me. But like the initial idea of Bow Wow and Romeo was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I just don't know who the fuck would give a fuck to watch that or hear it.
Right. I mean, the thing about, like, I see what you're saying, because they were definitely like peers, and it was like, oh my God, Bow Wow versus Romeo. Like, there was definitely that whole aspect to it. But when you look at like the ability to play song for song,
there isn't one.
Right. There just isn't one, because Romeo tops out after like, oh Lord. I mean, don't get me to lying. I want to say maybe 4 or 5 songs at the absolute most.
You are a generous queen.
And I'm being generous, correct.
Ellen,
I am. And that is including the Education Connection theme song.
I was going to say the theme song from Static Shock. And whatever the theme song from his show on Nickelodeon was. That's all I got. And I don't even know what that was called.
Catalog. Right. I don't either. But Bow Wow has like a much, much more existent catalog.
This one just makes more sense. And they've worked together. They're
similar ages. Yeah. It's not like they're not so far apart from each other to where it don't make no sense. So that made a lot more sense to me than Bow Wow versus Romeo, although I do see what you're saying about the whole, like, there was definitely a thing about the two of them being out at the same time, and like which one is gonna really last and all that.
The thing was called Word Up magazine. That's what the thing was.
Oh God damn it was them.
Like, they were just
with them damn poster sizes of all the little boys.
Yeah.
You got a different fold out poster of a nigga every fucking issue.
They were like cute little PG rated thugs. So
yep.
Little black girls got to fawn over them and stuff. Whereas I don't believe that Soulja Boy ever was like a heartthrob, but I do think that yeah, there'll be more to like go back and forth on, and it'll likely be songs that existed in the same era anyway.
Right. And I mean, you know, it actually sounds like a good time. I think I'm gonna, I mean, unless I have something else to do, which I very well might, I think I'm gonna tune into that one.
Yeah, I'll have anything else to do. I won't be. I
mean, it's the summertime, you know, and niggas is vaccinated, so
I casually miss the ones I am interested in, and I'm not interested in this one. And are we just cranking around the fact that Nia Riley said that Soulja Boy beat her till she had a miscarriage?
Wait, what? When did that happen?
Yeah, Nia Riley, I believe, is suing him for that at the moment.
my God.
Yeah, and everyone was like, why would you say this when he has a #1 song out? Like, literally. The girls really, like, you waited until he was doing well again to say this.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, see, I did not hear about, this changed so much for me. This changes so much for me. Just give me like 30 more seconds to process this, because that just blew my mind, and I'm thinking of the number of niggas I hate that do that exact same type of shit. So like my entire perspective of this artist is shifting right now. Forgive me. Goddamn dog. Yeah, nah, fuck this nigga. But you know what? That is a problem with Versus altogether. Versus loves ignoring abusers. They did the same shit when they had Tiny on
Hip-hop
stage.
loves
But that's what I'm saying. Like, a nigga even being like currently investigated by the feds, that's not gonna stop whoever run Versus, Swiss Beats and somebody else, from putting your ass up on Instagram and making you sell Doritos every 15 minutes. Like, it's still,
because they're not
still the case.
Doing it for free. Everyone is making money.
Yeah, no, everybody's getting paid, and I get that, but it's just like, of course Versus would know about this, or whoever runs it. Like,
it's not a secret.
It's right. It's not a secret, and I'm sure if you know, and like other people know, and Nia is talking about it herself, then there's like no way that these very famous people don't know, and they just ignore. And like, if R. Kelly was not in jail, they would be trying to set one up with that nigga.
They would ask him to be the third, like, Versus
Absolutely,
king.
they would.
They would say no one can battle him. My goodness, may we kiss your toes.
Yeah, it would be like a R. Kelly and Friends. Like, they would let him have one by himself.
Yes. It would be at Barclays. The girls would be lined up. Absolutely.
Oh my God. See, niggas. Wow, Soulja Boy, really?
I mean, allegedly. Do with that what you want.
I mean, you know how I feel about women.
I mean, but come on, girl.
Prove to me she's lying.
You don't have to dig deep. You really, it's not. Justin Bieber has decided to move on from his Cool Runnings decision. He is now sporting a fresh buzz cut on Instagram. Happy Sunday, he said, debuting the new short Do. And now he just looks like a normal bad white boy instead of a bad white boy starring in a film with Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yes.
Look at God.
Right.
It needed to be done. And everybody knew it was going to happen. I'm glad it happened quicker than I thought it would.
I really feel, though, like someone, Usher, some nigga, was like...
Usher!
Sent him like, or FaceTimed him or something and was like, look, the Martin Luther King thing and the dread, they can't happen.
It's too much.
Just, you know what I'm saying? We have to... Something's got to give, bruh. And the Martin Luther King shit, there's no erasing it. But you can cut that shit off your head right now. So, like, I honestly feel like Justin sucked his teeth before he did this. Like, God, why can't I have my fucking stoner New Line Cinema dreads, bruh?
Oh, please quit playing with us. You love toying around with blackness and then going back to your
that's
regular ass cracker ass ways. It was more than overdue. I'm sure your scalp sang out in rejoice after you let that shit go, because God only knows what you was putting in your hair to make that shit happen for as long as you did. But it needed to stop. It simply needed to end. And I'm glad it has.
In my head, I was thinking that it probably looked like the entire game of Bloodborne on his scalp. And that means nothing to you, will mean nothing to most people listening. But for those of you who it does mean something to you, let's have fun with that imagery. The whole game.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I did go to middle school with white people. So I did see what they did to their hair when they wanted to like piss their parents off. And it's nasty.
I'm also, as I've mentioned a million times, watching Shameless right now. So for that to run like right along This is like a lot of unclean white people in my vision and my eyesight these days.
I know that's right.
That show is something else, man. I just cracked into season 2, and my word, is it? Oh, it's like what, 10 more seasons to go?
Yeah, you might as well pace yourself.
It's so good, but like, wow, the characters. Frank Gallagher is the absolute worst. He should like. Ugh, like there's so many people that I want either arrested or shot or both. Cash, the mini mart, like why did his story get to end like that? Like, anyway, this is not a shameless podcast. Last but not least, wow, with this one. So BT's got a new show coming out. It's called BT Presents The Encore. And this is going to be a show where they bring in random girls from a bunch of girl groups from like the 90s till now and force them to live in a house together and build a group.
I'm sorry, what? So people who were already in groups?
Follow me, if you may.
Okay,
if you
I'm
can,
trying.
If you are able.
I'm really trying.
We're going through the dark here. I have no sense of direction. I don't have a source of light, but we're going to do our best. So,
help me.
Pamela Long of Total, along with Irish and Lamisha Grinstead of 702.
Oh my God.
Shamari DeVoe of Black, because of course.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Shamari would.
Aubrey O'Day of Danity Kane, because of course.
Shut up.
Keely Williams of 3LW, because we know she ain't doing nothing else.
Oh, this is getting better and better.
Fallon and Felicia from Cherish. What?
Wow.
And Nivea. They will apparently be living together in a house that undoubtedly is erected somewhere in Atlanta for 30 days, where they will be recording an album together, learning choreography, practicing their vocals, and forming a super group together.
Oh, no, not all these bitches in one group.
I'm still trying to figure out if that's what it is. Is this a thing where someone goes home every week? Is this a thing where they're going to like
the top 3 are in the group? It can't be everybody.
Are they going to like break them into 2 groups and then have a battle at the end?
Yes. Like that's what I want to hear, like random assignments for the groups. And then whichever group wins gets some bullshit recording contract that ain't gonna go nowhere, and they're gonna put out a single nobody cares about, and that's that.
You niggers did this. Literally.
I mean, listening to the cast, yeah, it was definitely niggas that did this.
No, literally. When I heard about this and like I scrolled past the headline over the weekend or something, and I remember like you ever like zoom past something really ridiculous, like I don't know, someone throwing up or having sex at a bus stop, and you're just like, what? But like as you process it, it's already gone. I don't know how that was like the analogy, but it was just like I scrolled past it and I was like, did I just no? And I kept going.
I know that's right.
And I came back to it today, gathering topics, and this is actually a thing that's happening. But then I was reminded of that clip, that random clip that came out where Keely and Farrah Franklin were like in a studio together, like antagonizing each other like they were on a ghetto version of Dynasty. Do you remember that?
Absolutely not.
Where Keely was like, you know, I've been in 2 multi-platinum world touring girl groups. And Farrah was like, yeah, well, girl, where are you today? And they were just like having this petty argument, and niggas were like, what the fuck is this? And the internet found out that it was from some fucking pilot that never aired or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But you niggers and your goddamn shenanigans from that video and it going viral is what made this into a greenlit BT show.
And I love it. Yes.
Of course, produced by Carlos King. Because if it's one thing that Carlos King can do, it's this.
I actually cannot wait to watch this.
I'm finding it very irresistible. I haven't watched reality TV except Drag Race and The Challenge. But those are like competition shows, so I forget half the time that they do count as reality TV. But like my typical Housewives, Married to Medicine, Love and Marriage garbage, I haven't watched or missed any of that. And, you know, I want to say that I likely will not catch this. Probably because I just don't catch things. Like, even if I want to watch this, I'll probably still miss the first 2 episodes.
Yeah.
But I feel like even if I wanted to avoid this, it's going to be too hard. Keely, Aubrey, Shamari, Fallon, and Felice. I forgot that I didn't forget Cherish existed. But I didn't think that I would ever see them girls from Cherish.
Only when that one song comes up on my phone do I think about it. But it actually just played the other day. So I was just thinking.
I have like
Cherish.
3.
Okay.
There's Unappreciated, feeling really unappreciated. There's the Unappreciated song.
I don't know
and
that.
You don't remember Feeling Really Unappreciated?
You also don't remember Feeling Unappreciated. So we over here together not remembering
I don't know how much more I can take from you. That's all I remember. But then there's the one from ATL, the A song. And then there's
oh yeah, that one I know.
The one with I feel like they have a song with Young Jock or Sierra or
oh no, Amnesia. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yes, that one too, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. So I got like 4 cherished songs to my
Amnesia
name.
is the only cherished song on my phone because that's a great song.
It is a pretty good song. They had some bops. I told you Cherish was 4 Sierras and they did it expertly. So this just sounds irresistible. Total in a house with the girls from Cherish and this one white woman from Danny D. Kane. Out of all of the niggas, including niggas from Atlanta.
And Nivea, who I definitely would have thought had enough money from child support to not have to do shit like this. I really want to see this shit.
I honestly feel like someone approached Nivea and she was like, why not? Because Nivea really does chill. She don't be in the mix. Like, she don't be all up in people's faces. I never have to hear about Nivea on the Shade Room or nothing. She randomly will do an unplugged on live or something, or she'll show up at the plug or just say something funny on Instagram. But I never hear about Nivea doing like TV shit or industry shit. She's usually in the pocket. So, but she's also hood and funny as fuck. This sounds
I'm ready. I will watch it.
Mess. It sounds like mess.
It does.
And honestly,
I mean, all these people in one giant house, girl, I need to see
for
it.
30 days working on music together.
Incredible is what this is gonna be.
Their music as individual artists was so different. Danny D. Kane's music and Black's music and 3LW's music and Nivea's are all different. But that's why it ain't there's no whole group there except for Nivea, and she's not a group. So there's no whole act. Is she hosting? Because she's also the only other one that's yeah. So it'll be more what do you girls specifically want to do, or what can you specifically sing? BET has been stepping their programming up over the past couple of years. I have to give it to them. I'm not gonna lie, someone's interested. Bigger is good. I've heard. Bigger I have BET good. Plus. I actually signed up for BET Plus. Look at you. Initially, so that I could you can watch all of Tyler Perry's I did. Uncut. That's right. That's correct. And I did do that, and it brought back a lot of great memories. I bet. So no regrets. But BET Plus has some really good programming, and I am going to watch this fucking show. I want to see this ratchet bullshit. I really don't know that I'll be able to avoid this. It's just I'm putting it on DVR. Carlos is a fucking evil genius. That nigga is we're talking R&B divas, Hollywood divas. The fact that y'all got all these bitches who signed the contract, it's incredible. I don't know how y'all did it, but I cannot wait to watch. That is going to be violent. So good. It is.
Verbally, if not physically.
Probably both. Sign me up. We'll see how that. And June 9th is the premiere date, so it's coming soon. It's like,
it is.
Like
that's in a couple of
two.
weeks.
So,
all right, girl.
If you don't hear me talk about it, let me know when it gets messy, because I know it will. All right, that's it for the hot tops this week. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and read your letters. So most of us chew gum. Most of us enjoy chewing gum, but not all gum is created equal. Some of you might like the fancy packaging or the fact that it tastes good and, covers up bad breath for a couple of minutes, and then it just ends up mixing in with your bad breath because you really need to get your molars and cavities checked up. And you're still talking to me directly in my face. That's not what this is about. It's about the fact that other gums are loaded with sugar and wreak havoc on your teeth, but not with Quip. They have gum that can actually help prevent cavities, and it tastes great. It was only a few short years ago that Quip reinvented the toothbrush, still my favorite damn toothbrush, to be honest with you, and they've done it again now with chewing gum. They've launched a new gum that's actually good for your oral health and comes with a dispenser that actually reminds you of the one-click candies that you might have loved as a kid. I just love the nifty ways they present their gadgetry and their approach to oral care and hygiene. Yeah. Because, I'm 33 physically, but there's a part of my brain that is also like 12. So jazz me up. Make me feel special. I love the Slim Travel Ready dispenser and the fact that it's available in all kinds of colors, metal or plastic. And the packs protect up to 10 gum pieces at a time, can fit in any purse or pocket or fanny pack. And in a world where we all need to be extra safe and hygienic, the quick release button means you can still share with your friends as well. No wrappers, hands, or hassles. So spread good oral health today, this season, and in the future, and join the over 5 million mouths already using Quip. Get chewing for less than $2 per gum pack. And if you go to getquip.com/theread right now, you can get a free plastic dispenser with any refill plan. That's a free dispenser at getquip.com/theread, spelled GETQUIP.com/theread. Quip, the good habits company. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, this week's episode is also brought to you by Skillshare. If you're looking to learn or explore something new, you can do that with Skillshare. They make it all possible because it's an online learning community that offers membership with meaning, and they have so much to explore, real projects you can create, and the support of fellow creatives. Skillshare really helps empower you to accomplish actual growth. They encourage practicing because, of course, practice makes progress, and advancing towards a goal is achievable as long as you have short lessons, maybe some short-term goals, hands-on projects. And really, there is no feeling better than feeling like you're getting better, feeling like you're accomplishing something, feeling like you're learning something is all very satisfying. So do something today that you couldn't do yesterday with classes designed for real life. Skillshare is also affordable when you compare it to pricey in-person classes and workshops, especially, girl, because the premium gets jacked way up. An annual subscription at Skillshare is less than $10 a month. I have adored checking out all the different topics and like learning skills, photography and things like that Skillshare has to offer. Because it is like, especially before I went back to school and like really started losing all my time, it was just so fun to take a hobby or something I had a passing interest in and learn more about how it is actually done. So I have literally enjoyed every single class I have taken from Skillshare. Check them out today and explore your own creativity at Skillshare.com/theread and get a free trial of premium membership. That's Skillshare.com/theread to get a free trial of premium membership. Go ahead and learn something new, explore a new hobby. Go ahead and join today. Skillshare.com/theread. Let's get back to the show.
We're back, folks. It's time to read your letters.
Yes, it is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show. Our first letter comes from somebody who didn't ask me to give her a fake name, but I feel like we should.
Oh, damn.
So, I'm going to call you...
Don't ask me, because I'm going to
Okay, I was going to say, I need a girl's name. I'm going to just call you, Jessica. That's nice and generic.
Yep.
So Jessica says, I have great benefits through my job, and one of the perks is free rental cars. Last week, my travel group and I went on a trip and we agreed to rent a car and split the costs. We picked a car that was big enough for everybody and within our budget, and I offered to book it. I booked the car and used my company promo code, so I got it for free, but I did not tell the group about this, so essentially, I got to keep their share of the money. They found out about this, and now they're all mad at me. I fully understand that I was kind of deceptive by not telling them about my company's promo code, and I apologized for that and explained that I did that because I thought they would be unwilling to pay otherwise because I was getting the car for free. However, we still would have had to pay for a rental car regardless, so I really don't understand why the group is still so upset that I kept the money. It is my company benefit, and I do not have to share it. One of the girls also said she was upset because she was low on money and would have loved to save on the rental car costs, but I told her that she would have had to pay the car rental if I didn't have the discount, and I don't have to share my company benefits in the first place, so I do not appreciate her projecting her frustrations with her brokenness onto me. Again, I acknowledge.
I think I might need you to start over.
What's wrong?
I literally don't understand what's happening. I think I need you to start over because I'm lost.
So this girl has benefits through her job that allow her to get free rental cars.
Yeah.
So she and her homegirls were going on a trip. She offered to book the car that everybody agreed on, but then she used her discount code so that the car was free. But she still took everybody's money.
Okay.
So the price was like, $200 or whatever. They split it by 5. She took everybody's money, but then she got the car for free and didn't tell nobody that, but they found out anyway somehow. Okay, you got it now.
Honestly, I wasn't as lost as I thought I was.
Okay.
I'm right where I was.
Yeah, okay. So you were right on track, hey man.
Because again, I feel like we've been getting these letters that are very audacious.
Listen, I do my best. The inbox is full of... I can't even describe to y'all what it's like to log into that inbox. The topics run the gamut, girl. I do my best.
Okay, sorry for interrupting. Where are we?
No, it's fine. So she says, again, I acknowledge that I was deceptive, but I don't think they're being fair with the way that they are all icing me out and refusing to speak to me. Please let me know what y'all think. Thanks, Jessica.
Jess, I think you know what the fuck we think. Are you actually fucking serious, Jessica? Like what?
Oh, girl, you tried it, sister. You couldn't. Like, she keeps saying things like, I mean, I acknowledge that I was deceptive, but I don't get why y'all are mad, bitch, because you were deceptive.
Like, as fuck. Like,
and I just feel like these people can't really be your friends, because I would absolutely tell my friends if we could save money on a rental car. Like, I would not be trying to take money from them. I would be like, bitch, all we got to do is everybody put in on gas, because I get the car for free. Like, why wouldn't I want my niggas to save money? Why would I? Like, it's extremely selfish to be like,
you're shocked that they're upset and speaking to us as if we should share in your confusion, and we're confused as to why you are confused. Like, I don't understand why you would not offer them that information, even if you wanted to keep their money or whatever. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't be like, hey y'all, so I actually can get this car for free. Like,
well, that's why she said it, because she was afraid that if they knew she could get it for free, they wouldn't chip in on it. But my question is, like, why did you want them to chip in on it if you didn't have to pay for it?
Exactly. I don't understand.
Why did these girls have to be a source of income for you? Aren't y'all friends?
Like, again, like Crystal just said, like, you could have been like, all right, because, gas is also quite pricey. And so.
Right. So, cheaper than a car and gas. Now we can just pay gas.
Like, if you're going on a trip, saving money should just be something you look out for in general. You never know when you're going to need it for X, Y, or Z.
Exactly. So I feel like there's that very obvious point. And then also for you to be like, I don't get why everybody is still so mad. It's like,
What?
girl, because you were deceptive.
Hell.
And you're right. Like, it is your benefit, your perk through your job. And you're right. You don't have to share it, which means you could have just chipped in on the car with everybody else, collected their money, and paid for it without using the discount. Why did you choose not to do that?
Exactly.
Like, you're a shady fucking bitch, girl, and you wondering why people don't want to talk to you no more. Bitch, because you're fucking shady as shit.
Are y'all all right?
You ask this every week.
Like,
and every week the answer is no. You like, I acknowledge I was deceptive. Why are y'all still so mad? Because nobody wants to travel with a bitch that they can't trust. Are you joking?
Did this girl say
people you travel with?
Did this girl say they projected their brokenness onto her? You're a terrible person.
Oh man, like, sister, she's projecting her brokenness. Like, this is.
Have you heard of life on Earth? Like, are you fucking kidding me? Everybody is trying to save all the goddamn dimes, nickels, and pennies they can these days in any way they can. And you did some literally shady shit that, once again, you have acknowledged was shady. But then you're at a loss when it comes to them treating you like a shady person.
Right. And it just really doesn't make sense, sister. It really doesn't. Like, you can't expect people who expect to have a level of trust amongst each other to still trust you after you did something like that.
Scammed her friends and don't know why they don't like her.
And now you're like, I don't get it. Like, everybody is icing me out. Ain't nobody talking to me, girl, because you were the fuck wrong for that.
I literally don't know how you are close enough friends with someone that they want to go on a trip away with you, but you are not willing to be like, hey, guess what? Like, I would be so excited to be the one that's like, guess what? We ain't got to pay for it, bitch. Like,
right.
Who doesn't want to be the plug for their...
I mean, she does. She calls it her travel group. She doesn't necessarily say friends. So maybe she doesn't think of these people as friends, but who has a travel group that's not made up of friends? So that's another thing I don't get. Like, is this people that you, like, how would they have found out about it after the fact if you didn't already know them?
What's the benefit of traveling with niggas that you aren't friends
Cheaper
with?
prices, I guess. Like,
but then wouldn't you understand them trying to save their goddamn money?
That's what I'm saying. Either way you slice it, it don't make no sense. There's no way to save you from this one, girl. Either way you look at it, you was wrong for that. You should have either paid out of pocket with everybody else and not use your discount, or used your discount and told niggas, hey, let's just split the gas, or, you know, every time the gas comes, we divide it by 4 or 5 or whatever it is, and everybody cash app each other or whatever. Like, you should have done that, as opposed to just taking everybody's money for this car and then fully putting it in your pocket like you didn't get that shit for free. Like, that is, it's not theft, but it's almost theft.
I feel like it's theft adjacent.
It is. It's definitely theft. Lawyers probably have a name for that, but it's...
for sure.
It's deceptive is putting it kindly.
Very.
Dead ass very for that.
It feels pretty steely.
So, you know, you can accept that, but stop asking yourself why they're still mad. Stop acting like you can't understand why they're mad. You need to just accept that you did them the fuck wrong, and so of course they're mad. And maybe they talk to you again and maybe they don't, but stop acting like it's just impossible to understand why they would be pissed with you. At least tell the truth to yourself. That is absurd.
This woman's nerve was so severe. I legitimately thought that I didn't understand what was happening.
You're like, no, start over.
I was like, no, wait, I don't. I was so like, I wasn't paying attention to something clearly. Because did she just say that she really stole? I think y'all think you're right to Kevin Samuels.
No.
Like something.
Oh no.
Okay. Well,
goddamn.
Good luck.
So I think you need to be honest with yourself, Jessica, and then go from there.
Yeah. A
very heartfelt apology, a refund of everybody's money, and, you know, leaving the door open for them to talk to you if they find it in their hearts to forgive you. I think that's where you should start.
Wow.
God damn, girl. Okay. Best of luck. Our next letter comes from Gerald, who says, one of the things that the pandemic has made abundantly clear for me is that I need my own space. I live with my family in an expensive city, and I have been home alone maybe 2 times total since the pandemic started. I'm a huge introvert, so I really hate this shit. And I've been meaning to move out for a while, but money is an issue and life keeps getting in the way. You both have mentioned that you live alone, so my question is, do you find it lonely at times? And if so, how do you cope? I have my own mental health challenges too, and I would be interested in hearing any tips that you have that can prepare me for potentially living on my own soon. Thanks, Gerald.
Well, yeah, there were many moments during this pandemic where I have felt pretty lonely, but naturally I'm pretty good at hanging at home alone. I am blessed to have many things to keep my attention around the house, mostly grueling work and then electronics. So like it's fine. I also have a very rambunctious and opinionated Yorkie.
That's right.
So that's a lot of fun times. And, you know, I also have friends like that. Even when I have not been able to see them physically, we would do the best that we could to just slowly go insane together. And now attempt to climb out of said insanity. Right. But yeah, definitely moments where you do feel it. You just kind of got to find whatever your mechanism is to get through that and to feel comfortable being alone. I definitely think pets help if you're a pet person. But yeah, other than that, I would go for hobbies and communication with loved ones.
Yeah, I think those are all really good examples, actually. I'm not sure that I can think of another one. I know for a fact I would not have made it through the pandemic without my friends. Like, absolutely would not have, because I was already the type of bitch to stay at home anyway. But, you know, if I needed to run out real quick or wanted to, that was not an issue. For me to text my friends and be like, come over and let's drink tequila and play games, like that was never an issue. So to not be able to have the little interaction that I did want really fucked me up. So I guess in a way, Gerald, you're lucky that you're moving out or thinking about moving out at a point where lots of people are vaccinated and people are feeling a lot more comfortable going out and interacting with others. Because this time last year, it was absolutely a no.
It was like nothing.
Like, I'm literally not going nowhere, and don't ask. I didn't leave my house, I want to say, like, at all for, I don't even want to tell you how many weeks. Like, it was ridiculous. So definitely keep in touch with the people that you love and care about and cherish the most. Even if you just send them a text saying, hey, girl, just checking on you or something like that. That means a lot, being able to have random like FaceTimes and stuff like that. But yeah, the rare times that I feel lonely, I usually will just call a friend or journal or meditate about it, or like do my little psychology classes, like just do my little psychology work on myself and be like, okay, girl, let's play a game, you know, like let's take the things we've learned and see, does any of it apply to this? So, and you know, for me, the loneliness, which is not constant, but even when it's there, like it's hard. It is not an easy thing to deal with. I'll say that, but I would still rather live by myself and deal with occasional bouts of loneliness.
Truly.
Than have to share my space 24/7 with another breathing human being. No, thank you, girl.
I spent so many years living with others, including others that I neither shared blood with or cared for.
Yep.
And so getting my own space to myself was life changing, and I truly don't have the desire to go back. I really love it. And you know, me and this literal bitch, we're so good. Like, I want to get another one. I do want to get her. I keep saying this, but she needs a sister. I want to adopt. I just don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure out like a good breed or type.
I was gonna say, who can get along with Link?
She's gonna have to choose. Like, she's going to. She's gonna have to be like, this one's cool. Yeah. Because if she's not with the shit, the dog has to go. Like, she's literally like, I don't like the way that bitch is looking at me. You got 10 seconds. So like, yeah,
you got to take her with you when you so they can like hang out in the courtyard or whatever and see what's up.
But yeah, I think she needs a homegirl. But I was gonna say also to the like, it's okay when you reach out to people to like talk about nothing. You don't really need to. Sometimes that's
the best.
Really, really therapeutic when you have someone that you're comfortable enough to sit on FaceTime with or on the phone or whatever, and literally there will be just pockets of dead air where y'all are not even saying much of anything, or you do talk about like very basic shit, what you just ordered from Postmates and blah. I don't care. Like, you don't have to have like a huge mission in each conversation. You don't have to have like a long summary of what the last 7 days has looked like for you. Sometimes it's okay and it's helpful enough to just sit on the phone and talk about complete bullshit or nothing at all. It depends. But yeah, definitely also finding like that thing that kind of keeps you busy. And I love coloring, like adult coloring, and obviously video games. But I found during the pandemic, life sim management games like Animal Crossing and Spiritfarer and Cozy Grove. Those games where
love Cozy Grove. So
you're literally just building stuff and crafting things and like
running little errands.
Yeah, it's sort of like having a life that's not your life.
Oh yeah, that's why I blew through. Almost called it Animal Crossing. Oh, that is what it's called. Almost called it Animal Farm.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's why I abused Animal Crossing the way I did when it came out, because it was a life that I did not have.
Yeah, so. Like The Sims. A lot of people love The Sims for that same reason. It's like busy work.
Yeah, I get it. So
yeah.
But yeah, best of luck to you if you do decide to move out, and if you are able, because the money thing is also very, very real, especially if you live in expensive cities. So. Yes. Best of luck. Our last letter comes from Amber, who says, my husband and I have been together for 3 years and married for 2. We both have children from previous relationships, and these kids live with us full time. My daughter is 10 and her father lives out of state, but he is involved in her life. My stepdaughter is 15 and her father lives in our state, but he is not involved in her life. My child is pretty close to my husband, but I have virtually no relationship with my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter has struggled with hoarding food in her room, even though I've made it very clear that that's not accepted in our home. We live in an old house, and Houston already has huge bugs that come inside looking for food and water.
That's the first thing I thought of.
You damn right. And I don't want to attract any more pests into our home. A few weeks ago, I looked around her room, and as I suspected, she was hiding food again, and I found wrappers and moldy fruit in various drawers. I looked again today, and I found more eating utensils and bowls with old food in them in her room. I'm the breadwinner of our home, and I've worked very hard to get to a 6-figure income. My husband works hard as well. My husband works hard as well.
And she has a belt as well.
But I earn more than 2.5 times what he does. I bring this up to say I'm tired of this.
How is that relevant?
Because she finna tell you. I bring this up to say I'm tired of this girl disrespecting our rental home, and I feel like she will further disrespect the home that I'm working my ass off to buy for all of us. I've pleaded with my partner to get her an appointment with a trained mental health professional because this little girl has gone through a lot in her life, but he has yet to do this for her. Now that she's on my health insurance, I've started the search for a therapist for her myself. I know that I kind of feel resentment towards this girl for the way she's treated our home and the way she routinely disrespects me as well. The resentment towards my partner comes from him not prioritizing getting her the help she needs and not contributing financially towards getting a new house.
Oh, well, there it is.
She mentioned this in parentheses, but her husband is white.
Oh, well.
So this is a black woman who earns 2.5 times what her white husband, white Latino, but still.
Okay.
But anyway, I'm at the point where if my stepdaughter can't change her behavior, I'm willing to walk away from our marriage since I can do a dirty house paying for every bill and saving money all by my damn self. Should I wait to see what happens when I can finally get her connected to mental health care? Is there a way I could change my mentality to make this whole situation better? Thanks, Amber.
All right, Amber, you got a lot to work with.
Yeah, that's safe trip for last for a reason. There's a lot I'm leaving out of this story, but I had to make it shorter.
Amen. So, first of all, I'm glad that this letter involved a search for a therapist for this girl. That was the first thing that I was thinking of. So I'm glad that that's actually at like the top of your list of priorities for her. It's a shame that her dad is not as passionate about this search. And hell, find out he's white. I'm super confused because like I would when I pictured a nigga in my head, I was like, oh yeah, here we go. Not wanting to, involve our kids in therapy or whatever else, even though it probably help both of y'all. But now I don't. I mean, I guess there are people of all races that feel this way or don't
struggle
or whatever. Yes. Struggle.
I mean, and her husband has had his own issues. So
yeah. I would say as far as she is concerned, I understand. First of all, I super understand the bug thing. I understand.
Oh, yeah.
Like, wow. And Texas, really the South. But like, my God.
Muggy ass Houston. Ooh,
Texas,
girl.
Louisiana, Florida.
Listen. Oh, no.
Georgia. Just like so many of those places, the bugs like have city councils of their own. Like they're huge.
Get your damn face. Right.
So I definitely understand that. Just as well as, your home being respected. And you're working very hard to buy one. You want to make sure that when you get in there, this is not a thing that you have to worry about. But I would try my best, acknowledging that I am not the person in this situation with, kids. I would try my best to keep in mind that she's 15. She obviously has, we have addressed that there are issues with the food hoarding that maybe a therapist can work out. But her having like an attitude towards you, like, girl, she's 15 and you are not her mama. So let's start there. And she was 10 when you and that nigga started dating, I guess. So she
12, because they've only been together for 3 years.
I thought she's
been together for 3
years
and married for 2. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
So they move quick.
Right. So she super don't like you. And honey, like
right. You came along in adolescence. Girl, fuck you.
Right, of course. Like I think that you are gonna have to pray on that and hope that maybe she seriously, that she will like get to an age where she'll understand that you are not her enemy and y'all will have a better, but her literally being a teenage girl and you not being her fucking mom and her not having a relationship, like, no. So yeah, I think would be over here talking to my husband. Because I would want for him to want her to get help just as much as me, seeing as how this is his biological child. And we are raising these kids together. And you should just want them to be healthy.
Right.
So that would
want them to be good.
Yeah, that would definitely be a concern. And now that I know you were flexing on your salary because you the one who about to buy this house.
Right.
I think that my grievances would be directed towards the husband and getting on the same page in terms of that. Because again, like, teen angst and you're not my mom drama is one thing, but like having the room be messy and moldy food and bugs and all of that stuff is like, let's at least work on this. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can grow into, all right, cool, let's just get through these Thanksgivings together. Your potato salad is not that bad, et cetera, et cetera. But like,
it's not that bad. It's as good as you're gonna get.
Like, let's be honest. But today, let's work on the issue at hand in terms of the food and cleanliness of the house and overall respect of our living spaces.
Yeah, you asked if there was a way that you could change your mentality to make the situation better, and I think you really like. Being resentful towards this girl is understandable because, like, this is your house and you're working very hard and all this.
Are you grown?
Like, you're human, right? So that makes sense. But also, this is a 15-year-old. Things are very fucking chaotic for 15-year-olds. And this one has gone through a lot. Like, Like, you married her trans daddy, and this is the whole situation that y'all living in now. And I'm sure, and then her biological father is not in her life. Like, I know that this is a lot going on for this girl. So it's actually kind of wild to me that your husband has not already put her in therapy, because why the fuck wouldn't you? Like,
not?
This is so much for a child to.
Except, I guess, because it's not cheap. But there are many places.
Like, this is. Right. Like, this is so much.
It's a lot
for a child to deal with. And I get that y'all live in Texas, so it may be hard to find like a good therapist, like one who isn't transphobic or homophobic or racist or anything else. But you do live in Houston, so you got a better chance than somebody in Paris, Texas. So I would definitely first things first, tell you, as the step parent who is also like the financially secure and the parent providing the health insurance, like, first thing you got to do is shift the blame here, because this 15-year-old is doing the best she can with her fucking life.
Yes.
Right.
That's a lot.
And it's a lot for you.
Yes.
So just imagine somebody whose brain's not even done developing yet. Like, it's a lot for this little girl to go through.
Yes.
And although your husband might not be able to help how much money he makes, he can definitely help the way that he is involved with, like, his child's mental health.
Period. At the very least, yes.
At the very least, that is what he can do.
Like, it's not even given, like, you're asking for help to find one. Like, not even financing it, but like, can we put the same effort into finding professional help for this girl that clearly needs it? Like, that is completely understandable. It's not like homegirl last year though was like, this nigga broke and I want him dead. Like, I'm joking, but like, I know, I'm kidding, but yeah, I definitely think that he's gonna have to like show that hell, maybe like that little bit of effort might make a bit of difference. Like, you never know. Like,
really might.
That maybe his daughter wants, like, her dad to be like, oh yeah, like, let me walk you through. I don't know, because we're just going based off of this one letter, but yeah, I feel like he needs to step it up a little bit more, at least in terms of that. Can't nobody help if they can afford to buy a house or not. But what you can at least do is like step it up and try to give your kid the best help that they can get for what they're thinking or experiencing and going through. And it's not just like regular old Laguna Beach white problems where it's like, I didn't get the Maserati that I wanted or whatever.
Right. Like we would not be so sympathetic.
I don't have a great relationship with my biological dad, but my stepsister over here thriving like shit with hers and whatever. And then this lady is talking to me, telling me to clean my room. Like that alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Plus whatever this girl went through when she was younger to make her want to hoard food or hide it or like conserve it in her room. Like, you know, like that is a trauma response. And
I think
this
so.
15-year-old is doing the best they can. So definitely that search for a mental health provider should be one that you and your husband are doing together.
Yes.
And I think you should have a very serious, private, sometime when the girls are not in the house, conversation with him about how he needs to step it up as far as like taking things seriously. A teenager who is hiding, like teenagers also generally not like they tend to not want to attract bugs and things like that. When people are doing things that go against self-care or self-preservation, that is when you should be paying special attention. So like there's no reason to ignore this behavior. So if I were you, Amber, I would directly confront my husband about it in private, but still do everything I can to help this girl because she really, really needs it. 15 is such a pivotal age. Like you could really change the trajectory of her life if y'all are able to like.
I was just going to say it's stuff that you can be peeling away in your 30s.
Yep.
That is taking place right here in this era.
Yep. Exactly. You could like stop the harm and begin to reverse it right now if you find the right help. So best
or at least like, I'm sorry, or at least like,
no, it's good.
Start the practice of normalizing getting help.
Yeah.
And not like having this person wait until they're an adult and have to go and do the work to get it themselves.
Letting people acknowledge that something is wrong. That's huge.
Yeah.
That's huge. So, good luck in your search for a therapist for this girl, and good luck talking to your husband about how, like, because like you said, if you can't help put down the down payment on for the house, at least help me, put a down payment on these kids.
Right. Ensure that it's not going to be filled with roaches and spiders and shit.
Right, exactly. So, good luck, Amber. Let us know how it goes. That's going to wrap up the questions this week. If you have one for us, send it to asktheread@gmail.com. We're going to take a quick break and be right back.
Hey, y'all, if you're feeling productive after submitting your taxes, ride that wave and get life insurance done too. With Policy Genius, it's quick and easy. Policy Genius makes it easy to compare quotes from over a dozen top insurers all in one place. You can save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. You could save $1,300 or more per year on life insurance by using Policy Genius to compare policies. The licensed experts at Policy Genius work for you, not the insurance company, so you can trust them to help you navigate every step of the shopping and buying process. Getting started is easy. First, you just head to policygenius.com, and in minutes you can work out how much life insurance coverage you need and compare personalized quotes to find your best price. When you're ready to apply, the Policy Genius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free, and Policy Genius never sells your information to other companies, and they don't add on extra fees. That kind of service has earned them a 5-star rating across thousands of reviews on Trustpilot and Google. So head to policygenius.com to get started right now. Policy Genius, when it comes to insurance, it's nice to get it right. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, at Audible, you can find the largest selection of audiobooks ranging from bestsellers and new releases to celebrity memoirs, languages, business, motivation, and more. Plus, you get original entertainment from top celebrity creators and thousands of popular and binge-worthy podcasts. And if you get Audible Plus, you'll get full access to Audible's Popular Plus catalog. You can listen all you want to thousands of popular audiobooks, original entertainment, shows, including ad-free versions of your favorite podcast shows, exclusive series. You'll also find guided fitness, meditation, and sleep tracks for better rest, and they're all available to download and stream, so you can listen anywhere on any device with everything you love to listen to all in one app. Audible Plus is your playlist for life. You can always find the perfect title for whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, or whatever you're feeling. Lately, for me, since I've been so busy reading all these school books, it has been all about the meditation, the calm, sleepy music, the let's do some deep breathing and get our blood pressure down type of sleep tracks. So that has been like a lifesaver for me, just getting through the stress of the semester. But whatever you're interested in, whatever you're looking to do, Audible Plus has it. And new members can always try Audible Plus free for 30 days. Just go to audible.com/theread or text the read to 500-500. That's audible.com/theread or text THEREAD to 500-500. Check out Audible Plus today. All right, let's wrap up the show.
Folks, we're back. It's time now to do the read.
Yes, it is. I was going to say I really don't have much of one this week, so it's completely up to you.
Okay.
So all I want to say is, first of all, continued fuck yous to this country. Very fucking over this whole situation. And also last week I cussed out the CDC and this whole government decision to tell people who are vaccinated, quote unquote, that they didn't have to wear a mask no more and all this, because I said Americans don't have any fucking honor and they absolutely will pretend that nobody said this or that they're vaccinated or whatever else. And then what happened a few fucking days ago? Dr. Anthony Fauci came out and says that Americans are definitely going to need a vaccine booster within a year to get their protection or keep their protection up, and that some people are misinterpreting the rules and taking them off even if they're not vaccinated. And now he's worried that it means that nobody needs to wear a mask now, or people think that it means they don't need to wear one. And like, all of this is true. Like, it is very true that like vaccinated people don't have some kind of lifelong immunity to the virus. It is very true that it is still unsafe for strangers to be around one another and not have any idea of who's vaccinated and who's not and where people have been and all that. Like, all of that is true. And that is exactly why the fuck we said y'all have no business telling people to take their masks off. That is exactly why. That is exactly why kids should not be going back to school in person. That's exactly why New York City should not be getting rid of the online or distant learning option for kids starting this fall and making everybody go back. That is exactly the fuck why the CDC should have never said that vaccinated people can take their masks off in most settings or whatever, because first of all, people are not reading the details. They're not even reading every word of that. All they're getting is, we can take our masks off, and they are fucking running with it.
Well, this country is ironically a slave to its bigoted ancestors, and so MAGA was never going to let these motherfuckers, like, they were just looking for the very second that they felt comfortable to say, yeah, girls, go ahead and do it. There's no way that, like, nobody thinks that, you know, everyone can wear a mask. No, they know exactly what the situation is. It's just, what are you going to say to someone who's in the middle of Walgreens without a mask on, who says that they're vaccinated?
Right. Especially when people are faking it, stealing cards and lying and scamming their way through the virus. Like, people are doing all of that right fucking now. And y'all expect us to just be like, oh yeah, well, you know, honor system. That's what you said. Remember when you told CNN that we was just going to have to go off the honor system? And now 2 weeks later, here we are. Oh, people are misinterpreting. No, they're not misinterpreting. They're deliberately not giving a fuck, because that is what Americans do. Yeah. And y'all knew that. So why the fuck did you ever say this? I swear, there is like... That's it. I really don't have it for this place. I don't have it.
Hey, I'm passing my read this week. It comes from someone who said, leave people, kids, the fuck alone.
I know that's right.
This email starts by saying, I'm so sick of y'all bitches pushing this respectability bullshit. I just saw a Facebook post attached if you want to lose a brain cell, where this old nigga reposts a picture of two kids headed to their prom. The post is seemingly meant to compliment how nice they look, but in true old nigga fashion, it's instead talking shit about what other kids are wearing and how they need to take notes from this couple. And woo, the comments even worse. The post includes groundbreaking revelations such as, you don't need a flashy designer belt, stunning shades to look nice. And thank God this girl isn't wearing something revealing like other kids. There's also praise for him for having a quote unquote proper haircut and wearing real dress shoes with socks instead of loafers. All comments from grown ass motherfuckers, and I'm just befuddled. Do y'all really think this is a compliment? And furthermore, why the fuck do you care, Gladys? These are kids. People from 16 to 18 years old, and not your kids at that. Why can't he wear a designer belt or Gucci shades or loafers with no socks? Why can't he pull up with Travis Scott braids or that afro that requires a sponge? Why can't she have an off-the-shoulder dress or some mesh and cutouts? If they feel good in it and their mama bought and sent them off in the shit, why are you on the internet fake concerned? Telling people this doesn't measure up to your personal stands of quote-unquote class. Nobody, and I can't emphasize this next part enough, nobody gives a single fuck what you think, Timothy. Y'all motherfuckers start policing black kids' self-expression as soon as they come out the coochie. I feel bad for these kids y'all are raising who may never be able to be themselves because you'll be too concerned with how other people view them. Take your ideas of class, wrap them in a little Ziploc, top them with a healthy amount of KY jelly, and place it between your uptight ass cheeks. Leave people kids alone. They're going to prom, something that in the grand scheme of things don't mean shit. Let them wear what they want. Worry about that whack ass cummerbund you wore to your prom 40 years ago. Signed, Big Purr.
Not a cummerbund. Niggas really did used to do that. Matching with they dating and everything. Everybody got the same dyeable shit. I remember that shit vividly. Yeah. Why are y'all so worried about people's kids anyway? That's my question.
I mean, you know, the kids' prom outfits have been memey these past couple of years because it's, you know, a VH1 reunion for them. That's where they're like, oh, I'm going to kill it for these. But like this person, Big Purr, said, it's prom. It's like, it's prom. Like, it's not, you know what I'm saying?
What is the
like
harm in letting teenagers have fun?
The presidential inauguration where they're each becoming the president. It's like prom.
These people have no power over your day-to-day life. It is one night of like fun and getting dressed up and makeup and feeling special. Like, what is the issue with that? How are y'all mad?
I mean, I have seen some prom dresses that were basically floss where I'm like, your mama is progressive, but like, or just like didn't know or whatever the fuck. But for the most part, it's like, yes, the kids want to be fly and sexy and hot, whatever that means to them or their school or generation or district, city, whatever. It is one night where they get to be flashy and gaudy and ridiculous. And most of them are 16 to 18 years old, where they will likely look back at these outfits and cringe anyway.
Yeah. Just like the rest of us.
Just like the rest of y'all. So I don't understand. Let them just be young. I really like that they also pointed out that like y'all grown and talking about children that are not yours.
Right.
Like I get like the memes and like the vibe. Because again, some of these outfits are crazy. And so like, yes, us talking about them, making jokes about some of them or whatever, because like, remember the Rihanna dress one?
Oh yeah,
Batgirl. Like sometimes it's just inescapable.
Sometimes it is, yes, that's true.
We're gonna have fun. But being like, oh, y'all need to take notes. See, this is how you're supposed to dress. His hair is clean and cut and short, and you know, she got a perfect wrap. And like,
oh Lord.
Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So I enjoyed
so worried about these kids. So worried about kids and like,
when honestly,
girl, it's fucking prom, girl. Calm down.
Since most of these kids weren't raised by you, they probably got a better chance at life. So,
I mean, like, and so what if they look back and they're like, wow, what the fuck did I wear to prom? Because who doesn't feel that way?
I don't understand what the problem is.
Rare is the person who is like 20 years out of high school who looks back at their prom picture and doesn't think, oh my God, look at my little young ass self.
Let them wear their little Hennessy Carolina ass dress to prom.
Right. Let them wear their Fashion Nova finest. I had to work because my mama said she was not paying for no part of prom. If I wanted to go, I had to pay for that shit myself.
I know that's
and I had to work and go buy my own dress. And I picked this Cinderella baby blue ass shit with like a fitted bodice and a big poofy. Like I did the whole like, and I look back at it now and like, So many of the girls in my class were dressed sexy, and I was very much dressed like I was auditioning for a Disney role.
Mm.
And I don't regret it, but I look at it and I think, like, look at this little baby. Like, this is a child.
That's what you're supposed to think. Even if it is.
And so the fact that other grown-ass people be looking at these kids and not thinking, like, oh my God, let them babies have their night. Like, how do you not see yourself in that?
The only thing that, like, looking at the picture that's attached here, the only thing that I could say is probably super beneficial about, like, these, because they legit look like Obamas. Like, this is a very basic tux he's wearing. It's a very nice, like, lacy black gown that she's wearing. It's, like, timeless. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, many people who look back on their prom outfits and cringe, and that's most of y'all.
Yeah, it's
because you were wearing something that you thought was hot and fashionable at the time. And you're gonna look back at that when you're an adult in 15 years where fashion does not look like that anymore.
Yeah.
And be like, it's inevitable. So, like, again, these kids are going to cringe at their outfits any motherfucking way. Their haircuts, their choice of shoe and belt, all of that. Just the same way that you did. So mind your business as if you go to Free Before 11 looking cute now as a grown-up. Weirdo.
Yeah. Like, there are plenty of things to be worried about the kids for, but, like, the things they wear to prom, almost always not something grown people need to be stressing themselves out about. This is how every generation goes. Every generation feels like the one or two behind them is, like, deeply flawed and gonna be the end of civilization and all that. And every single time they manage to find a way. So, like, just stay in your old ass lane. It's good up here. I actually love it up here.
And for every, like, prom dress or suit or whatever that's like, what is going on here? There's always one that's also extra as fuck that's like, yes, indeed. Like, they're like, the kids are also turning it. Can we, like, can we acknowledge that as well? Like, the girls are out here getting custom fits and, like, cinched
and be
waists
bad as hell.
and trains and, like, hair jewelry. Like, the kids are also...
makeup and lashes alone, child. I did my own makeup for prom. I can't imagine one of these kids doing that.
Kente cloth makeup, wraps and skirts. And all kinds of cultural references. Like, there are also outfits out here that are sickening. Like, the prom for these kids is the Met Gala. Let them have fun.
Right. Are you mad because you didn't have a Met Gala?
Yes. Yes.
That ain't no reason to take it out on the younger generation. You know what you can do? Whatever birthday you have coming up,
I was just going to
your
say
big grown ass can do a celebration if you want to.
You have a day
to be mad at these kids
every year.
Every year.
Every year there's one that's for you. Dress up, bitch. Recreate your prom. People been doing that forever.
Have the party you want to have.
But let these kids
be thankful
have fun.
that you can do it on your own terms, right? Instead, you over here looking bitter and old, mad at kids for enjoying their lives. Oh, damn. That's probably the oldest shit you can do. Because that's what every old nigga do.
Is there anything, like, that's the one thing you don't stop doing.
Right? Like, you could just not hate. Like, it will be my goal forever to not hate on young people simply for being young.
Well, sometimes it's hard.
I mean, I can see that. But, like, the outward expression of hating on young people, that is at least what I can control. Perhaps I am a bit jealous deep down inside somewhere, but I'm not going to put that on some kids who don't deserve it.
Yeah. I mean, they're passing around a photo of a...
I'm going to keep that to myself.
They're passing around a photo of a Discman right now, asking the kids what it is.
Yeah, and they don't know.
Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, I hate you.
I was watching the Upshaws, and they were talking about this Bobby Brown commemorative plate.
You were watching I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I did, and I actually loved the Upshaws.
Is it good?
I really did.
I haven't watched it.
I was shocked at how non-offensive it was.
Really? It doesn't look offensive to me. It looks pretty safe.
No, I mean, but I expected...
Oh, because Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes.
Yes, because Mike Epps and to a slightly lesser degree, Wanda Sykes, I expected some things that I was not going to like. But first of all, it's the first family sitcom I can think of where people are actively cussing every episode. And they don't act like teenagers don't cuss. The teenagers on the cast cuss as well.
Like cuss?
Especially, they cut. I mean, they say like shit, damn, stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
But like, they don't tend to do it around their. In fact, they never do it around their parents. I don't think. But
true to life.
But they don't act like teenagers don't cuss. So I do love the cussing, and also they handle some specific plot lines with a lot more grace than I thought they would. So I really enjoyed the Upshaws.
I'm gonna check it out.
But damn, I don't remember why I brought them up. What was I talking about?
We were talking about these dresses and gowns and getting older.
Prom. Well, I don't remember.
I was talking about the Discman and how like these kids don't. Oh
yes, the Bobby Brown plate. So this nigga is trying to explain to these kids like New Edition and Bobby Brown and like all these niggas went on tour. And he was like, after he got through saying all this about how important this plate was, the little 13-year-old boy was like, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't understand none of the words you just said, but whatever. And I was like, yo, how do you not understand Boys to Men and Bobby Brown? I took that very personally.
Yeah, hurts.
I took that very personally, but at the same time, you know, that's what y'all look like though. If you was like really gonna be mad at a child for that and like really vent out your anger at this young person for being young, like, do you have any idea how foolish you look right now?
Or it's like, you know, when they hear Petey Pablo and they're like, oh, this is Sweetie song. It is.
Oh my God. And that is the same thing my parents said when niggas was sampling shit all throughout the 90s. They said that same thing. When Lauryn Hill. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. That one
all
too.
The Amies, they will never get over it.
They won't to this day.
They'll never get over it.
We get it. Yeah.
That song was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could not get away from it. And my auntie kept saying, I just want you to know that 25 years ago when this first came out, they ran it out then.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be damned if I sit here and listen to it. Like, young people wore Killing Me Softly the fuck out. And my auntie was like, I got enough of it when it came out in the 70s. Leave me the hell alone.
Yes, please.
Like, it's the same thing because generational, this just repeats. And one day these kids who are young now will be old and they will understand and they will be yelling crazy things. Like, this is just how it goes. Like, you might as well just let young people be young.
They are going to go through the exact same thing. The same thing. It's promised. So just let them go to prom, girl. Let them go to prom.
Yeah. Get over yourself and let them kids have fun.
Yes, I would be far less worried about what they're wearing and more worried about what they're doing.
Exactly. Especially like after prom. What's going on after prom?
Yeah.
I would be way more concerned with that shit.
Yeah. And even a lot of that, honestly, my grown adult ass would be like, just please come home alive. Like, come home alive.
And you know what? They have Uber now.
They do. And so
many of us drove home after prom or after the after party. And it's like, there could be nothing less safe than this.
If you could just come home living and without being an expected parent.
Right. Well, I mean, listen, you cross your fingers and hope for the best. Mm-hmm. You pray that you have taught your child what they need to know, and then you let them go.
And I was a square. I was a square for most of my high school experience. So same. Like, and still would like, I'm not gonna like rip my hair out if I find out that my kid smoked a blunt after prom or something.
No. Even though I never did, that's not the sort of thing I would trip off of as a parent.
Exactly. I just would, I don't want to raise no babies.
I mean, and I I anticipate by the time you old enough for prom, I will have taught you something about weed.
Factual facts.
Look who your mama is. Of course you know something about weed, nigga.
That is so. Listen, I'm gonna let you know something flat out. As soon as we get to like that, the age where I'm satisfied in the teens, I'm like, come here before you go anywhere else. So at least I know.
Oh, you gonna be that one.
Oh, absolutely.
I would rather you smoke in the house.
Because A, I know what you're smoking, and B, I'll know that you know what good weed. What good weed hits like. You need to be like.
Yeah. So your expectations are where they need to be. Niggas can't impress you with no mid shit.
Or
no fucking Reggie.
Have no weird lace shit. That yes, I need you to understand how weed works. That I can do for you. I don't have too much extensive knowledge in a lot of the new things because, my God, besides, the things I haven't done, like the LSDs, still trying to try shrooms and all the girls.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that.
Yeah, like that's my cutting off.
We're
point.
definitely going to do that. Yeah.
Actually, the last time that we talked about drugs on the podcast or whatever, like the next day, I ended up watching this movie on Twitch called Climax, which is like, it's like a horror movie. But it's
I was gonna say it sounds nasty.
It's about a bunch of motherfuckers that overdose on LSD and completely like rip each other to shreds. God. I was like, oh, sobriety. Cool. No problem. Don't worry about it. I have never tried LSD or acid or anything like that, but I was like, I don't even know if I want this Casamigos. Like after I watched that movie,
I cannot with you.
I was like, but yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, they have all the synthetic things and stuff going on in the streets and stuff for the children. Like there's so many like drugs that motherfuckers are making, or then like finding household stuff that they discover is a drug, like Tide Pods.
Yeah. Oh Lord, the kids have outgrown that.
Fabulous.
That's Gen Z now. See, they outgrew them Tide Pods. They went on to do TikTok, so they doing all right. But I mean, yeah, I think I would kind of want to do the same thing while at the same time emphasizing that I don't want my teenagers smoking weed. Because it does, it is probably not the best thing to do, especially with the brain development the way it is, and with how important it is for teenagers, adolescents to get the things they need. It's like, this is dope. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it is fun, but also, can you wait to do this regularly? Like, can we just? How can I convince you to only do this on your birthday and New Year's?
I'm not walking the kid into it at all. To me, it would be a thing where it's like, if I feel like you're doing it, or if I feel like you're trying to go experiment with it, I'm going to sit your ass down as a weed positive person, and I'm going to put you up on game.
Yes, a WP.
Period. I'm not going to sit down and smoke a blunt with your ass every motherfucking day. But it's like, if I feel like you're headed in that direction, I will sit down. I might let you hit a joint or a blunt or something like that. And I'm going to be like, look, everything that you just said, like, your little punk ass, young ass brain really doesn't need to be anywhere over here because, like,
you need to learn, baby. You need to learn.
I understand that I'm also not a fucking drone, and so I don't know what the fuck your ass is going to be doing all of the time.
Right.
I would like you to be safe and know what's going on out here, while preferably staying away from this altogether. Because my kid might be like me and be like, actually, I would like to not do drugs, thank you. I am simply 15.
Right. I was the same way, like, excuse y'all, drugs? I don't think so.
Now, alcohol, shut your mouth and call me Sally. But
not in high school. I didn't drink till after I graduated from high school.
Really?
Yes. Not just saying really. Yes, my first time having a drink was like senior skip day, which was the unofficial day for seniors to be like, I'm not going to school no more because I've completed it, and so I don't have to no more. So yeah, it wasn't until my graduation was like a sure thing that I had some beer at senior skip day, and it was disgusting. And I was like, I don't like this. But then, of course, I went to college and immediately became an alcoholic.
I mean, who didn't?
The first thing, I actually bought cigarettes with my college ID before I was old enough to buy them legally.
Yeah.
And I told the nigga at the gas station, I was like, would I have a college ID if I wasn't 18? And he sold them to me.
Yeah. See, I didn't touch drugs until I was in my 20s because I was dating a nigga that was a huge pothead. And I was like, yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. I didn't smoke weed. Yes, I didn't smoke weed regularly at all until I moved to New York. So, like, especially throughout my 20s, it was very rare. I smoked weed like 2 or 3 times a year. I can't imagine if I had started at 15. My God. Oh, God. I can't even imagine.
I smoked my first blunt in college when I was maybe like 20. But I don't remember feeling high from it at all. And we hotboxed.
Me either. I wasn't inhaling right, though.
I don't think I was either. I don't think I was either.
When you really learn to inhale, the game is
yes. I was dating a nigga who was smoking like all through his adolescence, who was like, this is how you do drugs. No.
Yeah.
But he taught me how to like properly do it or whatever and procure weed and things like that. And here we are. Now I'm a professional. But,
right.
You know, yeah, I definitely would. I think I would just be one of those parents who would want their kid to be a kid and be safe while also not being like, heresy. How dare you in the eyes of God? Like,
yeah, like I'm not going to act like this isn't a thing people do. I'm also going to educate you on it so that you can make an educated decision about what you're going to do. Like, but I don't have kids, so you know.
Sure don't.
All super hypothetical over there. Best of luck to everybody raising kids and trying to figure that shit out. I don't know how we deviated from like prom to weed. Like, how do we do this?
I mean, it goes hand in hand if you ask me.
I did not smoke weed at prom.
That was you, okay? I also was not smoking weed in high school. And I was offered weed regularly. Like, and I was always like, no thanks. I prefer to keep on my Dare t-shirt. You know, you don't remember?
I do.
So, yeah.
And you called me a nerd, nigga. You was wearing them Dare t-shirts.
I was not really wearing the t-shirts, but I was like a complete... No, I was like scared of what it felt like. I wasn't even scared of getting in trouble. I was scared of what being high was, which is usually still my approach to drugs. But like, yeah.
I too am scared. I was scared of getting in trouble, probably more than what I don't even think I thought about what I felt.
Honestly, both. Yeah, because I also knew that I would have
that would have been the end of my life.
Yes, that's true.
If I had gotten caught with oh my God, it would have been the end of my life.
That's true as well. Yes, for sure. But it was just like,
all right.
it was a different vibe at that time. I'm glad that I did not smoke weed in high school or in my teens.
Right.
Oof, my God. Who knows?
If there are any of you listening, I would say, just don't do it every day, girl.
If there's
you have a lot of growing to do. Don't do it.
If there's one thing we can promise you is that weed's not going anywhere. If anything,
it's not going nowhere.
It'll be easier for you to get in a few years.
It's way easier for y'all to get it than it was for us.
Yeah. So don't rush.
It's always going to be there. But best of luck again to everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Raise kids in this day and age,
or be kids.
Right. Also that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's going to wrap up this week's episode of The Read. Check us out at thisistheread.com and on social media at thisistheread. You can find our merch at shoptheread.com. Any news from you this week, friend? No
ruse. I can't words. I am so tired.
I can't even tell you how busy everything has been. Like, I am literally on fumes.
Just madness.
It don't make no sense. How
but most of it is
right now.
Most of them are pretty little flower buds that are going to bloom into something badass.
Wow.
And when they do, we'll be able to be like, hey guys, look at our flowers. And then we'll be excited and guys will be excited.
But until then, I'm fucking tired.
Oh yeah, until then it's absolute madness and constant dread. So yeah, you know, the good with the bad and the bad.
Know, here's looking to the other side.
Yeah.
All right, hoes, we will see y'all next week.